All right, everybody. My name is Kennon McKinney, and I'll be your host tonight for tonight's Monday night RCCv2 prospect call, where the sky is not the limit, guys, and we're going to learn how we're getting ready to go digital with this amazing business. I can tell you that I'm very excited to be able to host this webinar with you guys on a weekly basis. We'll be holding them at least every Monday. I'm really excited about RCCv2. I was fortunate enough to be invited to enroll in version 1 only about a month and a half after it got cooking, and I shortly found out that it was about the only program that I had been in that I could make some serious money in. I paid my one-time $315. I was able to get that money back in 11 days, which was exciting. And then only 2 weeks after that, I cycled the 2x2, and I earned $5,300 in pure profit. So at that point, I was definitely turned on with the program. Prior to that, I had probably been in 25, 30 different programs, ranging from rev shares to high-ups to product-based businesses for nutritionals, and all I did is just waste my time and energy and money. Never could find anything to make any real substantial income with until I found RCC. What I really like is that the products way outweigh the cost of what it takes to get into the program. Obviously, we're here for the comp plan, but whenever you can lead with substantial products, especially digital products where you don't have any type of shipping requirements, there's no auto ships. This is a program where you just pay a one-time entry fee and you never have to spend another nickel, except for if you want to get involved in the residual part, which we'll cover in a little bit. So what we're going to talk about tonight, guys, is what I call the keys to online business success. And really what it takes is 4 things in order to really make money online besides, dedication and integrity. Of course, that comes with any business. The first thing is timing. I got into the first version, a month and a half, after it actually, kicked off, which, was really getting in at the beginning of that program. But if you're on this call tonight, you're really getting into this program at the very beginning. We've been cooking right now for about 18 days, so your timing couldn't be any better with this program. You're getting at the very forefront of this thing. This program was built for the long haul. They actually, version 1 was kind of like a beta test. I mean, it ran for a year, but as that program progressed, there was note taken on what would make the program better in version 2, and I'm excited to say that everything that I felt would make version 2 better has been implemented. So I can really see this thing going for the long haul. The second thing you got to have is positioning. When you're talking about a global business, the sooner that you can get into a program before the masses of people come in, obviously the better positioning you've got. So, like we talked about in the timing aspect, you can't get a better position in the program right now. There's less than probably 500 or 600 people right now that are in this program, so your positioning couldn't be better. Support is huge, and our program in business is based around one of the best tools that you can give support through, which is known as Skype. And I can tell you guys that if you're not on Skype, you're losing money. You need to get on Skype. You need to get in these Skype rooms. You need to get in contact with people that are on your boards, people that are on your teams. The more you communicate, the more that you drop in to these team rooms and become active, the more money you're going to make. The highest income earners in version 1 were people that were always in the chat rooms. They were stopping in multiple times a day, staying on top of what's going on, knowing when these webinars are going to kick off, and out of sight's out of mind. And that's with any business. And if you're not thinking about this business all the time, then you're obviously not prospecting and talking to people about the program. And obviously, the more you share, the more money you're going to make. And one of the most important things that you got to have in a program is obviously value. And when you can, offer, $2,000 or $3,000 worth of digital software and a huge library of books and things like that for a one-time purchase of $499, which is what it costs to get into this program, that's what I really like, is that you can lead out with a comp plan, or you can lead out, with the products. Either or, it's a win-win situation. So the products that you're getting when you buy in for your $4.99, you're getting just a huge amount of value here. You're getting the Facebook Ninja, which is about to launch any day now. It's going to be a software suite that you'll be able to use to market, any business. We hope that you market RCC, but of course, you're an entrepreneur, and you can market whatever you want. But obviously, this is the program that's going to put the money in your pocket the fastest. So you've got the Facebook Ninja, you've got the X-Guy software, which was designed and created by our CEO. And what he did is actually came up with this software because he's a long-time, marketing expert himself, and he created this software for marketers by a marketer. And once he got it out on the market, it was selling pretty good, but he realized that the place that would really sell the product the most would be to marketers. So he decided to go ahead and attach a comp plan, and I don't even think he realized what he had designed whenever he put this thing together, because this comp plan is like nothing I've ever seen before. So the X-Guy is available on the market. It can be bought by people that aren't even in network marketing. They can use it to market any kind of business, real estate, whatever, insurance. But of course, we have access to it in our back office. So what we're going to be using it for is obviously to build our RCC business. And I can tell you guys that the software works. I used it in version 1. I was able to slowly but surely build a big database of Skype users, and then about once a month I would send out a broadcast. And you don't want to abuse it, because people can easily just unfriend you, or they can report you for spamming. So whenever you use the broadcaster, which is known as X-Guy, make sure that you do it on a just do it probably on a monthly basis. I wouldn't do it any more than maybe twice a month. Send out a nice little broadcast. And with that software, you can actually insert a first name tag anywhere within your broadcast, so you can really make it look personalized. The Skyscraper is a program that is used to be able to build your Skype database. And what they've got is basically a boiler room that does all the scraping for you. It's not an instantaneous scrape. This is all done by people, prior to putting the different Skype IDs, in the program. And there's a listing of probably 400 to 500 different, companies and keywords. And all you got to do is check the box, export it, and then import it right into X-Guy, and you can instantly send, 50 to 100 people a friend request. And then as you build your list, you can broadcast to them through the X-Guy. So those two programs, really work together like, peanut butter and jelly. Now, as far as this new program called Chill, I'm not really sure exactly how that program works yet, but it's another part of the suite that's going to be available coming here shortly. The transformation station is available now. I just went through it myself for the first time in my back office. I was able to log in there, and I can tell you guys that it's just absolutely full of the best videos and ebooks, which are in like PDF format, and audiobooks, which are in MP3 format. So those can be uploaded to any type of Android phone or iPhone, or any kind of Nook or Kindle. Or of course you can load MP3s to listen on in your car if you got an MP3 stereo, or you can listen to it at home on your computer. So if you value those books and ebooks in there at a very, very modest $10 a pop, there's easily $2,500 worth of product right there alone. So it's just enormous right there. Just the transformation station pays for the $4.99 that you're going to pay in right there. And these aren't just free books that you find online. These are books that we pay to have access to, so they're not going to do you any good if you don't listen to them. They're back there. Pop them in while you're working, or while you're working out, or driving to work or whatever, and utilize them, guys, because there's nothing better than food for the brain. So we've also got a new Twitter marketing tool that's going to come. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but obviously it's going to be used to market your business on Twitter. And then we've got the Lead Capture Page Boss, which is an awesome splash page system with autoresponder. It's got a built-in dripping mechanism to where you can send out emails to people that have opted into your splash pages. and the gentleman that runs that gives awesome support, and he's already created, I don't know, at least 5, 6, 7 different splash pages to choose from, and I'm sure there's one back there that's completely customizable, so you can change any kind of video. If you want to shoot your own YouTube videos, you can have those uploaded right on your splash page, and then when somebody opts in and puts in their information, it puts it right into your back office, and then you can do mass emails to them right from your back office, guys. And this comes with your monthly membership, which we're going to get to here in a second. As long as you've got your 2 people enrolled, which is what it takes to be qualified, then this system is paid for each month. So it's quite a tool right there alone. So what we're talking about, guys, is the opportunity to turn a one-time $499 into $10,000 over and over and over again, which is really exciting. I can tell you that I have never seen a comp plan that pays out this kind of money. We were turning, $5,000 every time we cycled in version 1. Now we're turning $7,000, and then there's an opportunity to double down on that last $3,000 that you earn in the 2x2 matrix, and we'll cover that here in just a minute. So what we're teaching people in version 1 is to go wide, which basically means that you only need one link, and that means ever, okay? Obviously, if you've got family members that want to come in or whatever, it's your business, but what we learned in version 1 was that if you get too many positions going, you just spread yourself too thin, and you actually just cost yourself money. If you've got one position, you just continually enroll people underneath that first position. That causes more people to follow you through the 2x2s, which means that your boards are going to break faster. You're going to turn red quicker in the 2x2s, which just means that you're going to make a lot more money over a shorter period of time. Okay, so what we train you to do is go wide, and when you do that, you're also going to build a really substantial residual income, which is new to version 2. And once you get your 2 people, you're basically on autopilot, which means that there's really nothing more for you to do except for try to bring more people in. You're already qualified. You're already going to get pushed through the 2x3 no matter what. You're already going to get paid. It just means the more people you enroll, the faster that you're going to speed up that process. Okay? So the residual is $70 a month. That's included when you pay your $499. And the $70 does not start until 30 days after you enroll. And there's a little switch in your back office. All you got to do is click that you want to have that $70 a month pulled right out of your commissions. And then as long as you've got your 2 people in place before that 30 days, you're already going to be in profit. So it's really a no-brainer to go ahead and get involved in the residual part. We're going to cover that. So this is what they call a 2x3 matrix. And this is where everybody starts in the program. You're always going to start somewhere on the bottom line of the 2x3 matrix. Every position in this board is filled up already before you even come into the company. So everybody that's on this board is working together to fill the bottom line. And what's really neat about version 2, since we're being told to go wide and enroll as many people as we can, in version 1, we were pretty much taught to just bring in 2 people and then start another position, okay? And the problem with that was if you had people that were red on your board, then you pretty much could figure that they weren't going to be bringing in any more people and help contribute breaking that board and filling in that bottom row. But the cool part now is in version 2, people have brought in 10, 12. We've even got a guy on our team that's brought in 24 people underneath his first position. So, we can count now on even, red positions now helping fill in the bottom line. So what's really cool is when you get to the top of the 2x3, you're in the pay zone. And as soon as people start getting enrolled and they drop into that board, you're going to start getting paid even before you leave the matrix. So as you can see, Whirlwind at the bottom left of the matrix was the first guy that came in on this board. And as more people are enrolled, they're going to fill in single file from left to right. So this is what they call a forced matrix. So it's being forced in. Doesn't matter who enrolls, they come in single file in order that they're enrolled in. First 4 people that drop in, you make $50 a piece. The last 4 people that come in, you make $100 a piece. So when that board breaks, you're already $101 in profit before you even enter the 2x2, which is where all the magic happens. Okay? So what do the colors mean? Well, let me tell you what the colors mean. When you buy in and you pay your $4.99, you've got a green suitcase. That means that you bought into the program and you haven't yet enrolled any people. As soon as you enroll your first person, your briefcase will turn blue. And as soon as you become qualified and you enroll your second person, then your briefcase will turn red. And that's really what you want to do, and you want to do that as soon as possible. I mean, if you haven't turned your briefcase red in a week, then I just look at it that you're not trying hard enough, because how many people out there want to turn $499 into $7,000 to $10,000 in 45 days or less? Every single person out there that you meet wants to make the kind of money that's available in this program. And, you know, when they figure out how easy it is to use the software to build their business, you know, it's a no-brainer, guys. So you're going to be $101 in profit when the board breaks. As soon as the board fills up, what happens is the computer will look at all the positions, and what will happen is the red cases will jump the blue and the greens, and then the blues will jump the greens. Let me repeat that. When the board splits and the board, there's no movement on the board until the last position lights up green. As soon as that last case is green, the guy at the top, which is Jason McCracken, he's going to get pushed out. He's going to land in a 2x2. We're going to show you where he's going to go in just a minute. But what happens after he leaves is this board is literally going to split right down the middle. And one 2x3 will become two 2x3s. So what would happen is Flyby would go to the top of the left board or left leg, and then Rock Solid right now is in jeopardy of getting jumped. So if the rest of these people fill in and Rock Solid doesn't go red before this board completely fills out and breaks, then he would get jumped. And what would happen is, since Life Begins is in the next position of authority, he would literally jump straight from the 4 line to the pay line. So he would go from where he is right now to where Jason McCracken is. And that's one of the most powerful things you can do in RCCv2 is to jump, especially from the 8 line to the pay line. I had a guy come in the other night and did just that. You know, good for him. I tell you guys, if you can come in while people are asleep at the wheel, and you can come in and bring some people in, and you can jump to the pay line, and you can save days, weeks, or even months before it takes to get into that big money, that's what this is all about. Okay? So what happens when the board split, the guy at the top goes to the 2x2, then the colors are rearranged by order, and the way seniority works is the guy at the top obviously has got pole position. He cannot be jumped. Even if you get worked up there and you're blue or green, you still cannot be jumped. And I never saw it happen in version 1, but it did happen in version 2 a couple times, where a few people made it all the way to the pay line without even enrolling a single person. And that's because we've got some real leaders in the program, and they're bringing in lots of people, and they're enrolling them up underneath their solitary position, and that's dropping a lot of green positions on the board, and that allowed some people to get up there and not even have to enroll a single person and start earning in the program, which is pretty amazing. But then the next person on the board that has seniority is Flyby, because it goes from left to right, and then it goes from level to level. So obviously you got red, blue, then green, and then it sorts by level, and then it works from left to right. So you got Flyby that would be next in line, and then Rock Solid, then it would drop down to the 4 line. And you got Life Begins, and then W. Putman, and Longest Yard, and so on and so forth. Then it drops to the 8 line, and Whirlwind's got, you know, the strongest spot in the 8 line all the way to the very last position. So the lowest guy on the totem pole in the 2x3 matrix is the last person to come into the board. Okay? So when this board splits, Jason McCracken is going to get pushed into a 2x2. And here's what a 2x2 looks like. It's exactly like a 2x3. The only difference is it doesn't have the bottom row. And the cool part is it only requires 4 people to come into this board before this board breaks. And that's amazing, guys. So when you're enrolling as many people as, some of the guys on our team that are bringing in 10, 15, 25 people, think about that. He's got 24, 25 people following him into the 2x2. That means that he's never going to be green, hardly ever, and he's going to be red, which means he's never going to get jumped, and that means his boards are going to fill up so much quicker, he's going to cycle so much faster, and he's just going to end up making a lot more money. So the key is get 2, but don't stop there. Keep getting as many people as you can. Okay, so we're looking at the 2x2 board. Now I can see that Jason's at the top right now, but where he would have landed if he got pushed into this board would be that very last gray position on the bottom right. The bottom of the 2x2 fills in just like the 2x3 from left to right. Seniority works just like it does in the 2x3. Guy at the top's got the pole position, and then it goes from left to right, level to level. So when the first person gets pushed into the 2x2, you earn $1,000. When the second person comes in, you make another $1,000. When the third person comes in, you make $2,000. And when the last person comes in, you earn $3,000 for a combined total of $7,000 in the 2x2. As soon as that board breaks, Jason at the top is going to get pushed out. He's going to follow his sponsor because this is a follow your sponsor program. No matter where his sponsor is, he's going to follow him into that next 2x2, and the whole process starts over. Okay? Now, you're probably wondering, why are there red and why are there green positions in the 2x2? There are no blue positions in the 2x2, just red and green. Now, what happens is when you leave the 2x3, your position will turn from, whatever color it is at the top of that 2x3, it's going to turn back to green no matter what when it lands in the 2x2. And the only way that you can turn your position red is one of the people that you enrolled need to follow you into that board. Well, there's only, 4 open positions. Once you come into that board, there's only 3 at that point, right? So that's why it's important to have as many people as you can following you into the boards, okay? So what will happen is when that board splits, the computer will analyze the colors again. So right now on this board, Rock Solid is in jeopardy of getting jumped there by Zags. If that last position lights up and it's not one of the people that Rock Solid enrolled, then what will happen is Zags will jump from the 4 line to the pay line. So he will actually skip 1 cycle term. He will not have to move to the 2 line and then 4 more people come in and then, then move to the pay line. They'll jump straight from the 4 line to the pay line. That's incredibly powerful. You talk about skipping weeks, sometime months, and how long it takes to get back to the pay line and start earning again. So that's extremely powerful. Now, something here that's new to RCCv2 is this new 2x1 matrix. It's a bonus matrix. We call it the double down. And what it is just a simple way to turn that last $3,000 into $6,000. Now, what you got to do is make sure everybody that's on your team is either in or out, okay? Not everybody has to join in, but you want to make sure that, the majority of the people that you've brought in are on board, because you don't want to stall out and, end up having $3,000 sitting in this 2x1 and nobody following you. What happens is if you opt in, and you've got to do it in your back office before that last position lights up. When you're at the top of the 2x2, before that last position lights up, you have to either opt in or out. If you're opted in, as soon as you earn that $3,000, it doesn't go into your back office. What happens is it gets held, and you move over into the 2x1, and then when the first person that's following you also opts in, as soon as they follow you into the 2x1, you earn $3,000, which means you get your money back. At that point, you've earned your $7,000, and then when the next person follows you in, you earn an extra $3,000. So at that point, you're going to earn $10,000 every time you cycle the 2x2 and the 2x1 together. Now, it's completely optional. So just make sure you huddle up with your team and just find out whether or not you guys are all going to do it or if you're not, okay? Now, here's the most powerful part of RCCv2 besides the fact that our products are worth so many thousands of dollars. It's the residual part of the program. And this is the way it works. Every time you enroll somebody, if you enroll them in your odd positions, which is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, all the way down through infinity, for each person that you enroll in your odd position, you make $50 instantly when they sign up, and then you make $50 a month. For each person you personally enroll on your even numbers, you make $25 instantly, and then you earn $25 a month every month, as long as those people are paying their $70 a month. So it's important, it's the most important, to help your team get their 2 people so that the residual fee every month is paid by enrolling their 2 people. Because when you bring in 2 people, you're making $75 a month, and your monthly fee is $70. So at that point, as soon as you bring in your 2, you're already $5 a month, in positive cash flow, besides what you earn when you cycle the boards. Okay? Now that first payment doesn't start for 30 days. So if you're able to come right in and within the first few days, get your 2 people, then you're good to go. At that point, you got the lead capture page system paid for. You're already in profit. You're not going to have to come out of pocket for your monthly fee, and you're just ready to earn at that point. So I can't stress enough how important it is to try to get your 2 people as soon as you come into the program. If you enroll somebody and they're asleep at the wheel, then get in contact with them. I tell you, another really awesome feature in version 2 is we have a huge profile, and I'm telling you guys, if you haven't updated your profile, then you're missing out. You need to go in your back office. You need to fill in all the information you can. Put a phone number on there. Put a good email address. There's a social profile. Put some pictures of yourself on there. Write a little biography about yourself. Get to know your teammates. I've got pictures of my family on there. Pictures are, say 1,000 words about yourself. Put in your Skype handle. Put in your Facebook. Put in your Twitter. Make contact with your team. The more that you guys network and you work together, and the more you huddle up and you're there for one another, the more money you're going to make. It's that simple. And I can tell you, we didn't even have this capability in version 1 until, probably 8 or 9, 10 months after we got cooking. So we've got this right out of the gate, guys. So this thing is going to, if we did, 30 to 40,000 people in version 1, we're going to triple that in the next 12 months in this program. Okay? Now, the best part about the residual is that you earn off everybody that you bring in when they enroll people. So let's say Mary there in the number 1 position, what happens is everybody that she enrolls in her odd, positions, you're going to earn $25. So for every 2 people that Mary bring in, all the way down, you're going to earn $25 a month off every 2 that she brings in. You would also earn $25 off every 2 that Bob brings in. Same thing with John, and same thing with Sue, all the way through, all the way down your infinity line on your first level. I can tell you that I've been fortunate enough to create, I'm already about $1,000 in monthly residual income. Now, I expect that to go down because, unfortunately, not everybody's going to get their 2 people. It's sad, but it's true. I don't know how you can't get 2 people in this program when you've got such an amazing comp plan. You've got, value in the products. You've got support. You have ways of contacting your upline, your downline. The only way that you're not going to make money in this program is if you just don't plug in and stay in. That's the key, guys. You got to get in, which is flipping out the credit card and paying and getting into the program. That's the easy part. Then you got to plug in. The plugging in is putting in your information in your back office, getting in contact with other people on your team, talking to members that are on your board. Even if they're not on your team, there's a capability of being able to talk to people that are on your board right in your back office. Even if you don't want to send them an email, if you send them a message through the back office of RCCv2, as soon as they log in, it pops right up. So you're going to get your information to them and vice versa. So you got to plug in, which is come to the webinars, go to the Skype rooms, chat with people, you reach out to people. That's the plugging in. And the staying in is staying involved in the program. Even if you don't see any sort of activity on your board for few days or even a few months. You know, I tell people this, that it only takes a spark to start a forest fire, and that is so true in this business. I've had, you know, slow boards in version 1, and you'll enroll one person, and they'll bring in their 2, and those 2 people will duplicate and bring in their 2, and all of a sudden that board will break, and you've got just one new person on that board. So guys, you know, don't be scared to reach out to people. Don't be scared to share the program. We've got banners that are being built right now. You know, you can use those on any kind of banner exchange. We've got some nice looking full color banners that are going to be available for Facebook. Invite your prospects. We're going to start holding these calls more often than just Monday, but for right now, we've pinned down a definite Monday night call every Monday, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. So my name's Kennon McKinney. I appreciate y'all coming out, and we look forward to busting some boards. Y'all have a great night.